All right, Coach. Thanks for joining us here. We're going to go ahead and get started with a question from Cody Cunningham with PhoenixSuns.com, followed by Kellen Olson.
Hey, Coach. One play that may get kind of lost in the overall win was that Mikal offensive rebound in the final seconds. Just how critical can a little hustle play like that be in a game as close as this one?
I mean, I liken it to the when we were playing in Orlando last summer when he got that deflection steal for us that allowed for us to get the ball back against the Clippers, and Book gets it back and knocks down a game winner. I mean, the instincts to be able to go get that ball in that moment. And we just talked about it. He said he could hear the coaches screaming, like, go to the boards, because we've been talking about crashing the boards, but it was more than crashing the boards. It was a great deal of effort and will to go get the ball in that moment. Because I think it was Kyle who had the lead or beat on the ball, and Mikal just, he goes go gadget arms and gets the ball, stays in bounds, and then gets it back to, his teammate. It was an unreal play. And then I thought DA's block in that moment when we needed a block was huge. And Chris's ability to get those fouls and get to the free throw line. Just a lot of huge grind out plays tonight. But to your point, Mikal's ability to go get that ball was a huge play for us.
All right, next up we have Kellen Olson with Arizona Sports. He'll be followed by Dwayne Rankin.
Hey, Monty, Toronto plays that aggressive brand of defense and forces you to make the right passes. It felt like for the most part all night you guys were making them. What'd you like out of the offensive execution for the most part all game?
I liked everything until the fourth quarter. We scored 21 points, but they only scored 23. But I thought the second unit did a much better job tonight of moving it and cutting, getting to the basket. When we play in 0.5 and we space the floor, we're pretty hard to guard. And then in those moments, we can get the ball to Chris and Book, and those guys can make plays. But you're absolutely right. They throw a lot of defenses at you from zone to full court, fake zone. They trap some, and it helped them get back into the game. I didn't think we handled the full court zone trap that well. I thought it sped us up a little bit in the wrong way, if you get it. But, we handled it when we needed to. And like I said, Chris was able to get to the free throw line in those last moments to give us a bit of a buffer to help us win the game.
To go back to the fourth quarter, you guys scored only 6 points in the last 6 minutes. It was enough to win. But after Orlando as well, was there anything you noticed from Orlando that was lacking in the fourth quarter offense, and then anything from tonight as well?
No, I thought we missed a lot of shots. I mean, you look at our percentages. We shot 9 for 36 from three. Jay's 2 for 9. We had a lot of quality looks, and give them credit. I mean, they have big, strong, long defenders. Kyle is one of the better defenders in the league at his position, and they did a good job of making it tough on us. I did think we had too many late clock situations where we had to try to make it up. That's never good when you have a ton of them. You're going to have a few in the game, but I thought we had too many. We had the same situation in Orlando.
All right, next up we have Dwayne Rankin with the Arizona Republic. He'll be followed by Gina Mizell.
Yeah, Coach, just to piggyback off of that, you talk about all the time it's hard to win in this league, and despite how it was looking there in that fourth, I guess how gratifying it is to come out of this one with one going like that with a win, as opposed to a loss.
That's what it boils down to. I mean, I'd rather have an ugly win than a pretty loss. You know what I mean? That's the deal, and I think we have to value these kinds of games because it had a playoff feel. You had a playoff tested team over there with guys who won a championship, who know how to execute. I mean, they executed a hammer play out of a timeout and got a 3 in the corner. That championship teams do that. And it was just a slugfest. I mean, it was 23-21 in the fourth. So, you know, I'm feeling much better. The food will be a lot better. I'll sleep a lot better tonight because we got the win.
And just a quick follow, the last play to get for Booker to be free. I know it. Some people were looking at, oh, that's easy to make that call, but the pass could go awry, it could go out of bounds on the other end, and then they have the ball.
Yeah.
Maybe just take us through deciding to go that route with the inbound.
Yeah, we just, you know, we feel confident in Jay to make the right play. The first thing he asked before he went out to the floor was how many timeouts did we have? And so that gives you a lot of confidence that a guy's thinking that way. But, you know, in those situations, we trust Chris or Book to go get the ball and do the right thing with the ball. The one thing you worry about is getting tied up with a jump ball. And that's something we work on and we talk about in those moments. You have to be somewhat violent with the ball so that they can't tie you up. But Chris and Book have been in those situations. Jay is a really good passer, and his awareness of timeouts is really important.
All right, next up we have Gina Mizell with Suns.com, followed by Christos Saltis.
Hey, Monty, you just mentioned that felt like a playoff game, especially down the stretch. And you know, just is the crunch time situations, last couple minutes, fourth quarter, like, is that something that it's so hard to simulate in practice, I would imagine, like really what that's like. And I know that's been a process for this team throughout the season. Is it just a matter of you got to keep, not that you want to be in a bunch of tight games necessarily, but you have to keep working through that, you know, throughout the season?
Yeah, I mean, you can talk about it. You can look at it on film. I think it really helps DA and Mikal, you know, guys who've never been in those situations to, you know, understand what it's like to have the ball in those moments or have to go make a play in those moments. And so for us, you know, it's not just the guys on the floor. I mean, we got Dario back in the game in a free throw situation because we felt like, you know, he might be a better option to make a play with the ball than DA would in those moments. So I think all of those situations are going to allow for our young team to get some experience so that when we get in those moments later on in the season, it won't be new to them.
All right, Coach, our final question comes from Christos Saltis with Sports DNA in Greece.
Hello, Coach. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Obviously, Chris Paul and Devin Booker are the main guys of this team. Jay Crowder, DA are the cornerstone players on defense. But how big is the impact of Mikal Bridges on not only tonight, but also on the whole season on both ends of the floor?
Yeah, he's the guy that kind of connects the whole team. He guards pretty much the toughest guy every night. We don't call a lot of plays for him at all. And he brings versatility and defensive energy and the ability to knock down shots. And he has the instincts to make plays like he did tonight when he went and got that offensive rebound. So, you know, we wouldn't be in this position that we're in if we didn't have Mikal doing what he does on both ends of the floor. He's worked his tail off to improve his game. And, you know, he doesn't always score it because he doesn't get the opportunities, but he's one of those guys that can find different ways to affect the game, and we appreciate it.
And Mikal, it can be tough for people to just actually run, and it's even tougher to run and actually jump in the air. But how are you able to run, jump in the air, find a loose ball, throw it back into Chris Paul, and not knock people over on the bench?
Just being aggressive, knowing time situation. The bench, you know, you only go rebound. You know, just I went to the rim and try to find where the ball is going to go and just chase it down.
Did you, when you at that moment, or you know, just maybe just take it? I mean, I hear you explaining it, but as you're chasing it down, you know, you got to make that turn to figure out where to throw it. So at what point are you seeing Chris even an option to throw it to?
Right when I jump in the air, I could hear him.
Okay.
I heard him, you know, I just heard him, just making a noise, and I knew it was him, so I just turned and saw him and gave it to him.
Okay.
All right, next up we have Christos Saltis with Sports DNA in Greece.
Hello, Miguel. Congratulations on the win and the performance as well. How important for you is to be on the court, to bring energy on both ends of the floor, to be aggressive on both ends of the floor and help your team to in wins like this? What it means for you, that?
It was a great team win. Just the team effort. Everybody needed each other. And that means on both ends of the court, you just gotta be aggressive and playing together. And if you're open, take the shot. And if they run you off, try to create and find your teammates. That's what we did, and we just kept sticking with it and grind out the whole 48.
And what it means about your mentality that win through you win a game that you didn't shoot very well. You have a lot of push from the Toronto Raptors, but through all the adversities, what it means that win?
You just gotta keep going. You don't stop. You might struggle, but you just gotta keep fighting. And there's a lot of games, and we just we had to get that one back from Orlando, and we just kept fighting throughout the whole game, and and won at the end.
All right, next up we have Gina Mizell with Suns.com. She'll be followed by Kellen Olson.
Hey, Mikal, Monty said that felt like it had a playoff feel to it just because of, Toronto's experience in those types of moments. But in these kind of crunch time, grinded out types of games, like what do you feel like you guys are learning as a group, kind of when you're put in those situations?
Just getting stops. I think we got some key stops. They're a talented team with a lot of talented players, so they can score. So we just getting key stops at the end, getting rebounding on the defensive end, and then let our playmakers on the other end take over, and everybody else around them just be ready to be aggressive.
All right, next we have Kellen Olson with Arizona Sports.
Hey, Mikal, when you're playing against Toronto and they're playing that aggressive defense where guys are rotating all over the place, what's it like as the guy in the weak side corner a lot of the time when you're either going to have space to shoot or that the closeout's going to come flying at you? You might have a couple dribbles to make something happen.
Yeah, you just got to be aggressive. You watch the film and you know what shots and what you're going to have. So put you in a good situation to either have a shot or create. But yeah, they play great defense, and you just got to find ways to attack them and get open shots.
And Devin, obviously, had some tough D on you in that fourth quarter, and I wasn't able to get shots to go. But just how you feeling about the win, considering that you didn't hit a bucket, but you guys were able to pull it out.
Yeah, that's the objective of this sport, is to win games. So this is the type of games that I've been waiting on. It takes a lot of pressure off you, knowing you don't have to perform at the highest level every night and can win games. So we're a well-rounded team. We have multiple threats, and tonight was an example of that.
Quick follow on the inbound play. Coach was talking about trusting you to throw it back that way. But as you're running out the clock, how much are you paying attention to the clock, and how much are you, hey, let me dribble this out as much as I can before I get fouled?
I was trying to take time off the clock. Just thinking about throwing it, but you never know, what can happen down there. So just want to secure it and knock down some free throws and get out of here.
All right, final two questions, Book. Next, we got Kellen Olson with Arizona Sports, followed by Christos Saltis.
Hey, Book, in your 6 years, I can't really remember a run like this where you were in a bit of a funk in the fourth quarter. Is there anything you see on your film that you attribute it to?
Not really. I haven't really noticed. The wins are coming in, so like I said earlier, that's the main objective every night. I've showed many years of scoring the basketball. So, that whatever I have to do to win, if it's defensively, offensively, leading by example, leading by voice. So, we have a selfless team, and, we can win by 1 point, we can win by 20. I'm going to be happy regardless.
All right, final question comes from Chriso Saltis with Sports DNA in Greece.
Hello, Devin. Congratulations on the win. How important was Mikal Bridges' presence on the court tonight for the win?
Very important. Every night. Same with Mikal. He does a lot of things that might not show up in the on the stat sheet. He's just so versatile. The way he defends multiple positions. And he's still a threat, and he makes plays for other people. On the offense end either. So, incredible player. But we all have room to grow, and that's every single person on this team. And that's what we're trying to do. Just keep getting better, keep getting wins, and get ready for late in the season and postseason.
They definitely missed a board tonight. I had like 10 boards. They definitely missed one.
How many they have you down for?
I mean for 9. I definitely got an old board, and I had it's all good. We got the dub.
Yeah, they don't know how to call those sometimes. Don't worry about that. With Pascal and that block, man, how have you learned to handle those guys who got so many moves? They try and get the ball under you for fouls. It just seemed like you were in rhythm on him the whole game.
Playing against guys like Giannis, embracing contact, showing your hands early, letting them finish over my length, stuff like that, moving my feet. Coach be on me about that. And me, I'm a guy that want to stay in the game. When there's a game like this, I love to 1 through 5 red. That's how I've been playing in college, guarding perimeter players and wings. And, it's more, I know the game is more fun to me like that when I can get out there and switch, not always bang with a big. And, today I just stepped up to the challenge. My teammates was on me, talking to me, telling me high hands and, telling me what my matchup likes, what's his tendencies. And, I just try my best to guard up and, just play and show some effort on the ball.
All right, next up we have Dwayne Rankin with the Arizona Republic. He'll be followed by Gina Mizell.
DeAndre, a lot of times games are looked at, scoring wins and losses. But if you take into account your block, Mikal's save, and then Devin running out some time on the clock at the end, how much do those plays, lead to a win like this when it's not the ebb and flow that you guys normally have in the game?
Just adjusting to the game, adapting to adversity when stuff don't go our way, and just making winning plays. All of those was winning plays, and it's a bunch of guys on this team that that contributes to sacrificing. And that's what you're seeing today. And we just we came together and won this thing together, and we were on the same page. And we didn't fold, and we came out even stronger in the second half. I think we had 3 turnovers, and just taking care of the ball and knowing that it is winning time. And Coach said it felt like a playoff game, and we were locked in that second half.
Real quick follow. When you see Mikal's save, just maybe take it through from your view, seeing him not only save it, but then be able to find Chris and then Chris be able to call a timeout.
Yeah,
he slipped and fell.
It was surreal. Me, I'm already thinking about just getting the board, and I seen Mikal hustle for the 50-50 ball, and just seeing that type of play, it's just that we want it. It's who wants it more. When it comes to games like that, and that's what the NBA is about. A bunch of great players, but it's all about who wants it more, who's willing to give that extra effort. And that's what our guys did today. I seen CP was on the floor, just getting down and dirty, and with a clutch call, and Coach got the timeout, and it was just winning plays, man, all around. It was good to see.
All right, next up we have Gina Mizell with Suns.com.
Hey, DA, to kind of piggyback up of Dwayne's first question, I imagine that these sort of crunch time, grinded out games, like those scenarios are, I bet, really hard to simulate in practice or really while you're watching film. So just what are you guys as a group learning about what it takes in those situations, or what your group can do in those situations that you feel like is helping you?
Mainly getting stops. Once we're on the same page defensively, we can score the ball, but in this league, it's all about stops, man. And defense win games, and we know that. And, you know, without our defense, you know, nothing really flows on our offensive end, to be honest. We can't keep trading baskets. I think those are the games that we really lose when we keep trading baskets and baskets and, you know, we don't get our calls or our 50 balls and, you know, stuff like that. But tonight, you know, we really relied on our defense and, you know, we got some good stops, some consecutive stops down the stretch. And, you know, it made us somewhat comfortable to end the game on strong.